here. Let's just give him.
All right,
Let's give a few seconds here before we do the whole spiel. Let's see if anybody actually comes in here.
Okay, let's see. It goes in. I don't see any. It says live.
Well, the other one said live too. For if anybody's watching this, we were just talking to ourselves for like 20 minutes without it recording, so it feels so stupid. So let's see if this actually works. Let's see if anybody jumps in.
Oh, you know what? I think there we go. I see it now. It is live. We got one person. Okay, I don't know why.
Who's in here? Who's in here right now?
Let me put that link into my Instagram real quick so people can go back into it. So let me fix this technical error.
Oh, Jim, Andrew, sorry guys.
Here they come. I don't know what happened. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
We were recording, and
it was so weird.
I had this great monologue for like 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden we noticed we weren't like recording live, so nobody saw anything. So we had to start over again. But
all right, we got 6 people. I don't know. That was so weird. Okay, so let's start it. I'll start it right now. Okay. Rise and shine. It is Merlin card time, and you're talking to Dan, the great curator, and we are between two slabs, and I am the champion of the world, guys. I have just survived WrestleMania. That's right. I got my T-shirt on. I don't know if Dan's got his on. I got my wear these last time. He does have his on. Oh, I can see the stick. Look at, oh my goodness, look at that one. Oh, you got the other one.
Yeah.
Oh my, and I got the AEW Championship. We attended the the Coachella of wrestling this week, folks. There was wrestling every night in Los Angeles.
Wrestling, guys.
Oh my, it was ridiculous, man. I mean, we saw so many wrestlers. We were starstruck, weren't we, Dan?
It was the best time. It was. It's one of the best moments of my life, to be honest. And just reflecting on it, I feel like so grateful to be part of the hobby where it allows me opportunities where I can go to Wrestlecon and then I can feel like I have to go to WrestleMania to be part of all this stuff. Like honestly, if I didn't go to Wrestlecon, I would not have gone to WrestleMania. If I wasn't making content, if I wasn't part of the hobby, I wouldn't go to WrestleMania because I feel like I can justify going to these events for the content, right? Just to make the content, but really selfishly, I get to enjoy all this stuff, which I love it. So I'm so happy, and I'm so glad and thankful that you talked me into going, and that you were you were able to find great tickets. I will give you props for that. Merlin is the ticket master. Like the little ticket master. You could do a whole show just on telling people how to find tickets at great deals. We're going to have to talk about that for sure. Because, guys, you don't even realize we were on the floor at WrestleMania. We were like, I thought we were going to be in the nosebleed sections or something like that.
I did too, even.
The floor for just a few $100s for our tickets. We had floor seats, and we were the perfect position to watch the grand entrances as they were coming down, and to see the ring, and to listen to music and see the lights. And it was just such a great immersive experience. And I really give you props for
I don't know. It's more fun to watch WrestleMania or the great curator watching WrestleMania. They both got me all tickled pink, dude. I came out of my shell.
I came out of my shell a little bit. That
he was screaming like a 12-year-old girl. I was telling everyone.
I got into it for sure. I'm not a live event person. I don't go to concerts.
I know. I'm so shocked.
When you're a family man like myself,
oh gosh, I have so many family men friends.
You don't get to go out. People don't understand this. If you have a little kid, you don't get to go out at night and hang out with adults. It just doesn't happen, right?
You can make it happen, believe me.
So I'm not a live event person. I just watch things on TV or whatever like that. But when I got there, I just like let loose. I let my hair down, guys, and I had fun.
He did, and I was glad we were able to have this experience for once. You know, you don't get to have this opportunity all the time. So we struck it, and we struck it hard, man. So we got so much news to cover tonight.
Let me just say one more thing. Go ahead. Guys, it was a dream come true for me, like a bucket list item to go to WrestleMania, and I'm so glad that we did. And it makes me so juiced to collect wrestling cards. Like I was watching some of these matches. I'm starting a Rey Mysterio PC now. Okay, because I was such a big fan of it. I love Rhea Ripley. I love Charlotte. All these other guys that came down there. Street Profits. I'm a big fan of them now. So just watching wrestling got me so excited to start these PCs, these little side PCs and things like that. So I am very bullish on wrestling. You're going to hear us talk a lot about wrestling cards in the coming year, especially with all the big news that's coming out attached to WWE and everything like that. I think this is going to be the year for wrestling cards, guys.
Oh my goodness. I'm definitely buying wrestling after this weekend. I had the best time ever. We're going to cover more of it later on in the show, but right now, Curator's got some big announcements. As we said last week, we made an announcement. We've got a lot of sponsors. So he needs to talk about some of the sponsors now before we get into the news.
I gotta earn money to keep the lights on, guys. Okay, this is what we are contractually obligated to do now. So let's talk about our first sponsor, which is Standup Displays. They make these custom Veristand ones. They make the basic stands like this. They're actually a longtime friend of mine. I met the owners. His name's Dan. I met him way in the beginning of the hobby when he first started his business, and I've seen him grow tremendously in the last year. So I'm so excited that we're both in a position where we can collaborate and be partners, and they can sponsor this channel. But check them out, guys. Standup Displays. They make two products, real products. They make like two flagship products, which is one is going to be this custom Veristand here. It's got this adjustable back to it, so you can put like any type of slab, even slab mags. You can put fit cards on here. And what's really cool about this is it's not entirely 3D printed. A lot of stands like this are 3D printed, so they have like little lines on them and stuff like that. This one, it's 3D printed on the back, but this front part is like some type of like laser engraved. I don't know what it is, guys, but it looks sharp. It's like very, very well defined and everything like that. It almost looks like it's airbrushed on. So you can get custom stands. You can get player jersey stands. You can even get your custom Curator stand, guys.
Oh yeah, did you sell any this Saturday?
Oh yeah.
Instagram
there are people that are buying this. People listen. They're listening because they know if you buy this, you're going to be eligible for my personal giveaways, guys. If you get one of these stands and you start posting pictures of your cards on this stand, you will be eligible for my personal giveaway. So make sure you get that, okay? But what's really cool, what I think is their best product are these stands. These are like what I call the basic stands. I don't know what the name is, to be honest.
Sounds good.
They're like little tiny base stands. And most people that have never used a stand-up display before, they use these stands. These are the acrylic stands.
That's what I started using when I first was doing card shows, and I stacked them all up on a display case. Yes. And I went to grab it for a customer, and they just tumbled all the way down. It was a big mess.
If you've used these stands, you know how frustrating they can be because they don't hold the card very well. No. Like if you tap it, they will come off. Okay, they're not attached to the stand at all like that. But these kind of stands from Standup Displays, they actually go onto your card. So like you can hold it like that, and it's much more firm. So if you're rearranging your cards on the shelf and you tap it with a knuckle or a pinky or something like that, it's likely not going to knock the whole thing over unless you really bang it. So, and then it's also very easy when you need to reposition cards. It's like reposition, chess pieces or something like that on your board. So you want to, this is definitely an upgrade to these old acrylic stands. So that's why I love these guys. Use the code Curator on their website. And again, if you pick up one of my stands, you will be eligible for personal giveaways in the future, but go support them. And also they're a small business within the hobby. So we always want to support entrepreneurs and small business owners that give us support and give us the products that we all love. Okay.
Love it.
Standup Displays. Hold on. Let me catch my breath there.
He's so excited.
Okay. Next thing we have to talk about is our new show. The goal, we call it the gold digging hour, guys. But
we called it gold digging hour. But
apparently,
unfortunately, the network called us and said we got to change the name.
Apparently, there was some confusion. There were some like young ladies that kept messaging, leaving comments, thinking that it was a different type of show. All right, so we had to change the name. So next week we will call it the Golden Hour. Okay, the Golden Hour. But the show is up. It went up yesterday, and this is where we review the top 5 auctions on Golden for pop culture items only last week that ended. So we highlight 5 really interesting items that I think are cool. My favorite one personally is the Spider-Man or Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man 15. It's just a really interesting copy, and it's really interesting to see what it sold for. So go check that out. And then we also highlight 5 items that I think are really interesting in this current week's auction. So those items that we highlighted in that video, they are live right now. You guys can bid on them if you like. But what I really want to encourage you guys to do is search all their auction items on the pop culture side. See all the cool stuff they have. They've got TCG cards. They got music cards. I know you like that, Merlin.
I do.
Comic books. They got graded like VHS tapes, graded music items. All sorts of cool
props, like autograph stuff too. Great.
Yeah, all sorts of things like that. So we want to encourage people to go check out that and just see the kind of unique stuff they have. We don't care about the sports side, okay, guys? The sports or whatever, they do their own thing. We care about the pop culture stuff. That's what we love. So make sure that you check out that video, number 1.
Check it out.
Also, please, if you want to support us, go to the show notes at the bottom of the video. There's a link there. There's a link directly to the pop culture section of the Golden website. Click on that link, guys, and then you can go explore. You can bid on whatever you want. But that's how they're going to measure our success, by how many times people go to their website through that link. So please click it once. I'm not going to hate on you if you click it a couple times. I'm definitely not going to hate on you if you click it every hour for the next 8 hours. Whatever you need to do, guys, please just support us. And then make sure that you enter the giveaway, guys.
Yeah, watch the video so you can find out how to win a $100 gift card from Golden Auctions.
Part of our deal with Golden is they're going to give us a $100 credit to give to our viewers. And all you have to do is just click on the link, go to their website, find something cool that you like.
They need to watch the video, Dan.
Okay, that is okay. I can't tell you.
Watch the video.
Watch the video, but you need to enter, guys, because as of right now, only like 2 people entered. So, their odds of winning are really good. Okay. This giveaway is going to be going until Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. So just go enter and you might win $100 and then you can go bid on whatever you want to bid on that auction. All right.
Yes.
So check that out. And we want to thank them for being sponsors of our channel. That's really big for us, guys. So if you like us and you want to support us and you want to see us to grow, please support these sponsors.
We'll be doing that weekly, the $100 giveaway.
Yes, guys. And if it does well, the next time that we have to renew our sponsorship, I'm going to ask for more. I'm going to ask for more for you guys. I'm going to make it a requirement that they pay more for the giveaways, but you guys have to sponsor us, because if they don't see any engagement from our audience, our community, then obviously they're not going to continue the sponsorship. Okay.
So make sure you go to the Great Curators channel on YouTube and watch the Golden Hour, or what we're calling now the Gold Digging Hour, for this pilot episode. Watch the video and find out how to win the $100 credit from Golden.
Yeah. So go check that out, guys. Check that out. Okay. And anybody is eligible except me and Merlin, but everybody else is eligible, and Merlin's going to pick the winner. All right. It's not me, guys.
Not our families can't win either, Dan.
Yes. Okay. But our friends, our supporters, you guys can definitely win. So Papa Jim, Andrew, Adrian,
you're all eligible. Everybody.
Jamie, all the people in here.
Culture Shock. Jesus. Yeah. Everybody
that I see in the chat right now.
Willie, Damien, Chris, everybody.
Yes. Okay. All right. So let's talk about our first item. We've already talked about WrestleMania. Let's talk about WrestleCon.
WrestleCon, yes. Yeah. I think you and I had probably more fun as spectators and being in the booth watching we didn't know all these celebrities were going to be in booths right next to us and just be like in hands, distance from us. Arm's reach.
I've been to like autograph shows before, but usually they have a separate room where the autograph guests are. And I think that's the way that this was this time. But there was some miscommunication when Merlin signed up for the table. He basically made it seem like we were celebrities. like we were wrestlers. He made it seem like we were like wrestlers or something like that. And they put us in the wrestler autograph room. Tell them the story.
Well, I got there and we were next to the left was, well, this is kind of sad. It's kind of bittersweet that the Bushwhackers were to the left. And unfortunately, Luke had traveled here was Luke Wright? Had traveled here from New Zealand.
Butch.
And he went right in the hospital on day 1 on Friday. And unfortunately, he never came back out and he passed away yesterday. but we got to meet Butch, who was a really nice guy, and Dan got his photo taken with him. And then right next to the Bushwhackers to our left was Mick Foley, who looked like he was having the best time. He looks like he's just one of those people who just loves people. He's just a big people person. And he was the first one there, last one to leave. And then on day one, all my friends came running there. They were excited. Lita and Trish Stratus was there. Not bad to be facing them. And right across from Dan was Mickie James and her husband. And Mickie James was a beautiful woman too. She looked even better in person.
Wow, I've never been a fan of Mickie James before. I honestly, I watched her on TV. I never cared for her. But sitting across from her for like 3 days straight and admiring her from a short distance, I'm a fan now for sure. I'm a fan of her, and I'm a fan of her husband, Nick Aldis. That guy is huge. He looks like some type of like, I don't know, man. He's your prototypical like wrestler. That guy should be in the WWE. I don't know what he's doing.
Definitely a beautiful couple. And then tell them what he was mostly doing.
It's so funny. So
Wrestlecon.
If you guys don't know, okay, Nick Aldis is a big star. He was a NWA champion for like 3 years.
Okay, wow.
Years or something like that, right? Big star, big indie star, I guess you could call him. Even though I think he's a bigger superstar than what you would call an indie wrestler, right?
He's a high profile indie wrestler.
Yes, okay. And then Mickie James, she's like, she was a WWE diva, but like she's kind of like, she's also an indie wrestler now. I think she's like a hardcore country.
Yes, she's with Impact, I believe.
Something, like that. But man, she had lines the whole day long, and Nick Aldis was like an afterthought sitting next to her, and he was actually like counting money. He was taking the money. He was counting money. He was taking pictures for fans. Taking picture with Mickie James. He was basically like her assistant for the weekend. It was so weird to see that because the dude is so big and jacked, and he was dressed in a nice suit and everything.
He was
looking all stylish and everything like that, but he was relegated to being like her assistant during the time. But I don't think he had any problem with it because he seemed like.
No, you know why? Because she's beauty. I guarantee she rocks his world, and he's the true gentleman's gentleman.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if you noticed they had their son there too.
Oh no, I did not. Really? Yeah. Oh, they have a son. I didn't even know.
They must have like a 8-year-old, 10-year-old son. He was a little kid, but they had them there, so it was just really cool to watch them do their thing. And then there were so many other wrestlers there.
Yeah, like there was a lot of AEW wrestlers. I saw Britt Baker and Adam Cole, Billy Gunn, the Guns, the Acclaimed. I scissored them.
Yes, if you guys didn't see that video of Merlin scissoring Acclaim, it's classic. Okay, it should go viral. Please make that video go viral. It's amazing.
I did. And then upstairs you got to meet another legend,
Kevin Nash. Was there. X-Pac was there, and guys, it's so surreal being so close to these people. Like, if you're a fan of wrestling, you watch these guys on TV, and they're like larger than life on TV, and in person they're larger than life. These are humongous human beings. But they interact with the fans in a way that makes them seem like real people. I've never seen anything like it. Because if you deal with like sport athletes, like basketball players, football players or something, it seems like they keep a distance to you, like they're polite, they'll sign your autograph, whatever. But wrestlers really engage with their fans, and there's a special relationship there that I respect a lot. And especially after 3 days of watching them interact, they really hustle. Like they don't have, most of them do not have workers that are facilitating things, that are taking money or paying, giving them autographs or something like this. Most of these wrestlers are doing it themselves.
Yeah, they're just paying for the booth like you and I are.
And they're hustling.
Up to them.
They're hustling and they're making a lot of money. Like Mick Foley, he must have gone through like 2,000, 3,000 people.
Oh, at least.
Yeah, and he's charging like 60, 70, $80 an autograph?
Different levels of things. $60 for a photo. Different price ranges for what item you want signed.
So $60 times like 3,000 people. That's $180,000.
Yeah, and then another 60 for the photo.
Yes. So
most people were doing both.
It's crazy the way these guys are hustling. They must be making a ton of money. And
And then in between, he was doing cameos for the curator.
Mick Foley, we had a really good view of Mick Foley, and the dude has all his gimmicks. He had a suitcase of gimmicks,
props.
And you take a picture. You ask to take a picture of him. He's like, "You want Mankind? Okay, put the Mankind mask on.
Yes.
You want Dude Love? Okay, put the glasses and the Dude Love thing on. You want Cactus Jack? Bang bang, whatever it is." He was doing it all for everybody, and he never, lost energy or anything like that. So that was super cool.
No, and he was very nice to people constantly. He just was talking more than he should with them and everything.
Right, and then guys like Kevin Nash was just walking around chatting with
me.
Chatting with you. Kevin
he just comes up to me, he starts talking to me, and I was like, "What are you going to do tonight?" And he goes, "Well, Alex Rodriguez called me, invited me for dinner over his house tonight." I'm like, "Oh, that sounds fun."
He's crazy, and Kevin Nash is a big man.
I think I hurt my neck looking up at him.
Gigantic, even like he's huge, like physically tall, physically like big arms, everything. Just a huge individual. Billy Gunn is gigantic, also.
Dude, his arms are that freaking big.
My God, I can't believe how big these dudes were in real life. Even like guys like FTR was there, formerly the Revival.
A lot of the AEW current guys were in our room.
Those guys are not tall; they're like my height, but they are big. They look like linebackers.
The same with Adam Cole; he's pretty short too.
They look like linebackers. How big they are! It was impressive.
Even, we had Devon Dudley.
Devon Dudley was there.
Of the Dudley Boys, Boogeyman.
And that was just on our floor, guys. On the second floor, they had like all the other guys like Matt Cardona, Sergeant Slaughter, Honky Tonk Man. You saw the Honky Tonk Man.
Yes, he saw that on a Thursday night. I went over there to set Dan and I's booths up, and it was a very empty floor. And this man comes walking up to me. He's like, "Hey, man, what's your name, man?" I was like, "Hey, I'm Merlin." He's like, "My name's Wayne." And I'm like, "Are you set up here?" And he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm upstairs." And I was like, "Awesome." And we were talking about 10 minutes because he and I were the only people on this floor. And then I was like, "Well, good luck, good luck this weekend." He's like, "You too, man." And then we walked away. I realized, oh my God, I had just been talking for 10 minutes to the Honky Tonk Man. Now, I thought it was just an Elvis guy or a guy who was a dealer obsessed with Elvis.
I saw.
But he was a really nice guy. Oh, I met Sonny Ono too. He was admiring our cards, Dan.
I saw Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the elevator. I was in the elevator with him, and I could hear him doing his gimmick. He was like, "Ho!" when he was doing his like cameos and stuff with people or pictures. And then I saw Jake the Snake Roberts outside smoking a cigarette.
I saw.
It's so weird. It was so weird seeing all those people in one space.
I saw the Steiner smoking too.
Seeing all these people in one space, and they're normal people, but you don't view them that way because we idolize them on TV, but in real life, they're just like as normal as you can be.
Did you get any photos or autograph opportunities?
I did. I got a photo with Bret Hart, so that was super cool. I got Bret Hart to hold my super fractor I have of him, so I got that. I got Bushwhacker Luke. Unfortunately, Butch was supposed to be there, but he got
it's the other way around.
No, Butch is the one that passed away.
Oh, he was.
Yes. So
no, it's Luke. It's Luke, Dan. You keep mixing it up.
Is it?
Yes. Luke was the one who we met.
Let me see here. Luke?
Yes.
Luke Bushwhacker. Yes. Okay. Sorry. So Luke. So I took a picture with Luke. Butch was supposed to be there, but he got sick, and then he ended up. I guess it was more serious than anybody thought. He ended up passing away, so that was really
poor
sad.
guy travels all the way from here from New Zealand and passes away in Los Angeles. Very sad.
So
bittersweet.
So that there was that. Who else? Matt Cardona and Brian Myers, which to me, I really admire those guys too because they're indie wrestlers. They used to be WWE superstars, but now they're indie wrestlers. But they actually have a podcast called Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, where they talk about collecting wrestling figures, and listening to them got me into collecting wrestling figures, which got me into collecting cards. And
you got me on that too.
Started me on this crazy path that I am with Merlin now today. So I give a lot of credit to their influence over me, and I got to meet them for the first time and take a picture. So that was super cool. I think that's all the interactions that I had, or all the things I did. But here's my takeaway from the weekend. Okay.
Tell me.
Number one, if you get a chance to meet any of these superstars that you, or these legends that you watch and admire, go meet them, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? You don't know how many chances you get to meet these people in real life. And if you meet them, chances are they're going to be awesome to meet, because the way I feel like there's a different dynamic with wrestlers versus other professional athletes, where the wrestlers really value the fans and engage with the fans, and they're willing to talk and smile and take pictures and tell you stories and all this other stuff. Like when I took a picture with Bret Hart, I showed him my superfractor. Let me pull it out for you. Where is it? Here it is. So I showed him my superfractor, and I said, "Can you hold this for the picture, sir?" And he grabbed it, and he's like, "Wow, this is really cool."
Yeah, he talks like that too.
What is this? This is a 1-of-1. Wow. Like he was admiring it, and instead of just rushing me off, he looked at it for like a minute, which was.
Do you think he remembers signing it?
Probably. I mean, who knows? Who knows? He probably signed a lot, but he was definitely admiring. He's like, "Wow, that's really cool."
He's got such great penmanship for signing so many autographs.
Yes. Bret Hart is.
How does he do that?
He's a consummate professional.
Yes.
Everything he does, he is a professional, even with his interactions with fans. But anyways, if you get a chance to meet these people, go meet them and pay to take a picture with them. I saw a lot of people wanted to take pictures with the different wrestlers, but they charge for that too, you know. And you want to support these guys as much as you can, because this is how a lot of them make their living, because they don't work anymore. So they make their living doing these appearances. So you want to take pictures with them, pay for that, pay for their autograph, pay for whatever they have, whatever merchandise they have, t-shirts or whatever. Go support these guys, because they appreciate it, they need it, and it's a great experience. And just like my experience with Sergeant Slaughter when I went to Vegas, you will make the memories. It is totally worth whatever fee they charge. That's my biggest takeaway from WrestleCon.
No, so true. I mean, it was amazing. It was really cool to watch all the other wrestlers interact with one another, especially like the current wrestlers were in all the legends and going up to them and introducing themselves just like as if they were a fan themselves. I mean, sure they were. I'm sure these legends were the ones who influenced the current ones now. And then watching also legends, other wrestlers of legend, like I saw the Boogeyman, all in full costume and makeup. And he goes and says hello to Mick, and they hug it out. I mean, I saw Ric Flair hug it out with Kevin Nash. I mean, they just all seem to be enjoying one another and being there. I mean, you think, because I thought like, oh, when we get there, they don't want to be there. They just want this day to be over. But they just seemed as giddy as we were.
Usually, like when I've seen athletes go to signings, they'll go for a period of time. They'll sign everything and then they bounce. They go. Yeah. But these wrestlers, they were like there the whole time, and
even when it was closed, when it was over, they were still all there hanging out.
Yeah, it was a very surreal experience. It made them seem like really normal people. Like I know they're normal people, right? But like to us as fans, they're larger than life people. But like in reality, they're just like normal people, just like anybody else, which is super cool to see. Okay,
definitely.
I think we have to also acknowledge. We also have to kind of tell the really embarrassing story about Nikita Loins
and the other indie wrestlers that or NXT wrestlers we didn't really know. So I saw these beautiful ladies approach our table, and they introduced themselves to me. I didn't even know who Nikita was, to be honest with you, humbly honest. And these women, we thought one of the ladies was Sasha Banks.
Let's give some context real quick here. Okay. So we're sitting at our table against the wall, and from afar, there were these three beautiful women. Four beautiful women, gorgeous. All right. By any standard.
What they were wearing was very distracting to any man or woman.
So we look at them and we're like, wow, these must be models.
Very distracting.
We didn't recognize them at all. But we look at them, we're like, wow, these must be models. Maybe this is like somebody's girlfriend or something like that, right? Whatever. But they're walking together in a group. And for some reason, I guess somebody told them to come see us because I don't know. We were admiring them or something like that. So somebody told them to go see us or whatever. So these four beautiful women come to us dressed to the nines. And
yes, and one lady was wearing a sheer bodysuit with like a bra and thong.
Let's not get too detailed. We have sponsors here. Let's not get too detailed.
I know, but that's all I can say. Okay. And wow, that's
all
I can say.
So they come to our table and they're like, "Hey guys, what's up? We were told to come over here and chat with you guys." And me and Merlin, we
sounded like Beavis and Butthead, to be honest with you. We're just like, and I was like, "Hey, you want to buy some cards?"
Embarrassing. This was beyond embarrassing, guys. Gosh, I don't even know how to tell the story. Like, they came up to us and we froze. We're like, you know. We're like,
even my friend Madhu, who was gay, was just admiring him. Like he was speechless too. He was like, "Oh my God, they were so beautiful. I couldn't take my eyes off of them." I was like, I hope you shot this.
I was like,
Madhu didn't. Yes. And unfortunately, the great curator didn't have any audio because it would have been hilarious making fun of us.
I had the camera rolling, but audio ran out. It was at the end of the day. Anyways, these
at least put it in your vlog.
Yeah, these 4 girls come up and we don't know who they are, and they're like, "Hey, they're just trying to chat us up." And they like, it was so awkward that they actually said, "Hi, I'm the first one." The leader of the group was like, "Hi, I'm Nikita," and she actually stuck her hand out to shake our hands.
Yes,
and we're like, "Hi, I'm Merlin. I'm Dan." You know, like, we didn't know what to say. We didn't know what was going on. And then Merlin, to break the silence, says, "You like cards? You guys like cards?"
You want to see a card?
Do you guys collect cards? Oh my God. And then they're like, "That's cool. That's cool. Okay, it was nice meeting you guys." And they got out of there. And then like, after they left, it dawned on me that, wait, I said, "Is that Nikita Loins?" Right?
Yes. And my dude said the same thing.
I looked up her picture and I was like, "Oh my God, I think
it totally was.
I think those were NXT wrestlers."
They all were NXT wrestlers. And the one woman and that looked like Sasha Banks and the woman with the sheer bodysuit were upstairs the next day signing.
Yes, but my God, guys, we blew it. We fumbled the ball on that one. I think they wanted us to take a picture with them. I think they were expecting us.
I know we could have had a free photo op with them too.
Something like that, right? But man, we blew it. It was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. But that's what happens.
Oh my goodness, we're so naive at times for grown men.
Now that we shared that story with you guys, let's talk.
It was funny.
Let's talk about.
It was about as funny as your MJF cameo.
Oh yeah, so the whole weekend, a bunch of people came up to me.
Yes, oh my gosh, and you actually met the guy who did the post or sent it to the wrestling newsletter.
So many fans, fans of wrestling came up to me and be like, "Hey, are you that MJF guy? Are you like that guy?"
I know, right? That was a highlight.
So within the wrestling community, I'm known as that MJF guy now. So that was pretty cool, I guess.
And then remember there was a guy that looked like Hollywood Hogan that was about our size and skinny and muscular. Another guy that was dressed like Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
And we were talking about there's Hulk Hogan, there's Seth Rollins, and this man was just getting really mad at us saying that. And he was like, "That's not really Hulk Hogan.
Some people don't understand sarcasm, obviously, but yeah, cosplay is like a thing now at these wrestling
events.
I
know.
We saw a lot of people cosplay, so that was cool. But the whole thing was really fun. I mean, it was a little bit stressful being in that hotel.
I think you would rather been a fan there than a deal or a vendor.
Yeah, I probably would not do another WrestleCon, to be honest, but I would go to WrestleCon.
Yes,
for sure. I would have had more fun walking around and seeing all the wrestlers and stuff like that. But just what an awesome weekend for sure. And WrestleMania was amazing watching it.
I went to Ring of Honor, Card of Honor. That was Friday night, and it was packed, and the crowd was great. And I saw everybody there from WrestleCon. And then Dan and I decided, I was trying to convince Dan, I'm going to buy tickets after I leave Ring of Honor at midnight when I get home. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know if I want to go or not." And then all of a sudden, Dan gets back home, and I get a text while I'm at Ring of Honor, and he goes, "You know what? We're going to do it. Let's do it. Let's do WrestleMania." So I went home, looked for tickets, and I bought tickets on StubHub, and the view that I saw was not the same view when we got there at WrestleMania. It was much closer. It showed us that we were on the top tier of section 1 or the premier level, but we were down on the field at club level, but we're on risers that you normally aren't there for the football game. So we were still above the fans on the field where we can get thinking this because Dan and I aren't, over 6 feet tall, and we had great view over everybody else that were on the field.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So great time. I love wrestling. I love it even more now. I'm kind of sad Wrestlemania season's over, but we start the new season now. And it's very exciting to be a wrestling fan right now.
And how much fun was that, man? WrestleMania.
I knew it.
I'm glad we went on day one. I'm glad we went on day one.
I knew Roman was not going to lose. Okay, Cody hasn't earned it yet.
I do too.
So now we get to see that whole storyline go far. And
definitely, I think that's why they even switched to the main event on Saturday.
Yes,
because they made it look like Charlotte and Rhea was going to be the main event on Saturday, and then I think they flipped it to the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens because I don't think they wanted to have two heels win both nights.
That was a great moment. Also, just watching Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens win that, and it was just like the feeling in the arena was amazing, electrifying.
We had a good section too. Everybody was into it.
So, okay, so let's move on. So we ended up missing the Mint Collective to be at Wrestlecon, and honestly,
I know, right?
Honestly,
do you feel bad?
No, I don't feel bad at all, to be honest, because we had so much fun. But apparently, there was a lot of news coming out of the Mint that we have to talk about.
Oh, tell me, I haven't even got to hear. I've been so busy editing the Golden video, I didn't get to call and talk to my buddies about Mint Collective. So what did you hear?
News coming out. The two big stories that I think we could chat about is number one is. So I guess Fanatics made the announcement that they're going to do the Major League debut patch, and they're going to take that patch and put it into car, and that's going to be the new RPA. And this part, so if you guys remember, like a month ago, I think Michael Rubin said that they were going to make the biggest announcement to the trading card community in the last like 5 years or whatever like that. And everybody thought they were going to like buy Fanatics or something like that. And I think this was the announcement. I don't know if they've confirmed it, but I think that this was supposed to be that announcement where the MLB debut patch is like their biggest innovation and everything like that. Basically like their RPA. I think it's a cool idea. If they don't cut it up, if they just keep it as the entire little patch, I think that's a cool idea. I mean, it's essentially just an RPA, but the difference is it's game used, I guess you could say. But I feel like they could have done a little bit better design, to be honest, than what they have. But it's a cool idea, and hopefully, if it works out, they'll use that for other sports as well. Did you see that at all?
No, I have not. That's what I'm saying. I've been so busy with WrestleCon and editing the Golden Hour that I didn't get to see it or hear anything about it yet.
Yeah,
so I'm really dying about hear all the news. All my friends were texting us from WrestleCon, from Mint Collective, saying they missed us. You and I, Dan, wish we were there, but I was telling them we were having too much of a fun time at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. I would not miss WrestleCon or WrestleMania for anything. But so that was one of the big stories that came out of Mint Collective. The other big story was I don't know if you want to call this a story or an April Fool's joke or whatever it is, but it is Beckett's announcement of their grading scale, how they're going to change their scale, where they're going to include more 10s instead of more 9.5s. And they made that announcement and they got roasted on social media. And the next day, April 1st, they abruptly turned around and said, just kidding, I guess whatever it is, but then they got roasted more for doing that.
And do you think it was an April Fool's joke or not?
No, I think it was they really wanted to change up their scale, and they just caved to the pressure. And I actually made a post about this on Instagram about it, just kind of share my thoughts on it. But I don't know, it's just weird. Like personally, I looked at their whole grading scale, and I think I understand it. I think basically if it averages more than 9.5, they round it up to a 10. I think that's basically what it is, right? With the idea that they want to put more 10s on the market so that the 10s can be comparable to PSA 10s, and then the black label can be above a PSA 10. I think that's what the intention was. I know that that's what people want. People in the hobby want more 10s. They don't like the 9.5s. We know from being dealers that 9.5s just are harder to move than a PSA 10. PSA 10s carry a significant premium to BGS 9.5s. So I think the move had really good intentions and it would have solved a lot of problems, but the execution of the whole thing was just a shit show, to be honest.
But I don't understand it. I thought this is what people wanted all these years. They're always bitching about it being a 9.5, and they were like, they wish it was a 10, and now they finally did it, and people are still mad. So I don't get it.
Well, so here's going to be my thoughts. Okay, and
what do they want them to do?
So this will lead into so we're going to finish the news segment, and this we're going to lead into what's on our mind here.
Okay.
Here's what I think. Okay. If you're a business as big as Beckett is, you want to take feedback. You want to work with focus groups, right? To understand what the community wants, things like that. But you should not be using social media as your gauge or barometer for how well your ideas are or how you should run your business.
Right.
I think that basically, I think social media is a space where people just love to complain about stuff, and it doesn't matter what you do, people are going to complain no matter what, right? But in the hobby, we always adjust. We'll get used to it. We complain about any type of change. Most any type of change we're going to complain about, but after a while we'll probably adjust to it and we won't even care. We'll move on to the next thing. And I think that's what they probably should have done here. If they were going to take the time to come up with this concept and announce it at the Mint Collective and do all this stuff that they did to roll it out, they should have followed through with that idea, ignored the criticism, and just gone through it. And I think that we would have adjusted, because that's what we want. We want more 10s. So they were giving us what we want, but the way that they executed it was kind of like really botchy, in terms of like they had this big sign at the Mint Collective where they had it as a 10, but all the subgrades were 9.5, which on their scale should not have been a 10. It should have been a 9.5. So they screwed that up. That made them look kind of stupid. And just like everything that they did was very inept in terms of their execution. And if you run any type of business, execution is key in terms of, making changes or rolling out a plan. And I think they really botched that. And I think they caved into the social media pressure. But I just think that, like, whatever comments that you get on Instagram, that's not representative of the majority of people in the hobby.
Gotcha.
Even though they made a post and they got like 700, 800 comments on their post, that's not the majority of the hobby. You know what I mean? That's just like all the people that are joking around. Like James made all these memes about him, and he's just joking around, and people were commenting on his memes because they were so funny, things like that, right? But this is not like this is not the demographic that you want to cater to. You know what I mean? They're like, it's like there's so many people that want to see this change, and then for you to roll it out and then the next day just say, sorry, we got your feedback, we're not going to do it anymore. It just seems like a really bad execution on Beckett's part. So I don't know where they go from there. And they did this last year too at the National when they rolled out the new slabs, and everybody made fun of their label design. And then they said, just kidding, this is just like a promo.
Again?
Yeah, they did that last year at the National too. So whoever
they need to commit to their and stick to their guns. Just
follow through. Execution and follow through is what makes is the difference between a bad idea and a good idea. I made a whole Instagram post about this, and they should just do it. If they do it, we will follow them most likely.
Yeah.
Because if they don't do anything, like they haven't done anything really substantial the last like 2-3 years, we complain. Okay. And then if they do something, if they do something new, we'll complain. But more likely than not, we will adjust to it and maybe learn to love it over time. You know what I mean?
But now they're like so like freaked out. They change like that. They're like, okay.
So I don't know how they make decisions there. I don't know who's in charge. But that whoever it is, they need to just kind of do what they think is best for the company and roll it out. And I think the hobby will accept it for whatever it is.
Yeah, because there's always going to be people that's going to disagree with you, always, especially if something like this.
Yeah, and you can't listen to social media. Like you're always going to have people complain. Like there's so many people that complain about us, complain about my content, complain about they just love to complain. And there's going to be people like that make the memes, like James, like they'll just make fun of anything if it's good material, and that's just part of their gimmick. You know, you can't like take that stuff to heart, and you can't make your business decisions based on that kind of stuff. That's
so
what
true.
I don't know.
So true.
So I'm throwing my hat into Beckett. Make me your chief marketing officer. Make me your chief strategist. Just consult with me, okay? And I will tell you guys what to do. That's my my 2 cents on that. Okay. Anything on your mind this week before we go to mail day?
Oh my gosh, on my mind, we've just got so much. The curator is just a convention and social content Nazi. He's got me working my butt off.
Don't call me that. Don't call me that.
Not like you know what I mean though.
They're already trying to make you do.
I'm gonna file a complaint for elder abuse. Okay. But he's got me working. That's how busy we are, folks. Between Two Slabs. So that's on my mind. It's just work. Dan is just work. And he has got the whip on me right now, guys. So we've got a lot of stuff we've got coming out. So
yeah, we haven't even really talked about this, but we have possibly another sponsor coming in next week. So we're really excited about that. We're just waiting to lock down those terms for you guys. But another exciting partnership that's coming. And we're seeing a lot of great opportunities right now. So that's great for our channel, and we continue to build this community here between Two Slabs, where we interact and we talk about all this cool nerd stuff. This type of content, I don't think you really get anywhere else. This type of interaction, this type of engagement from the community, I don't think I really see this anywhere else. So it's really unique and special thing that we've built up over the last year. So I'm excited to grow it with you guys, and remember, to keep this going, to keep the success, and to keep building on everything that we're doing, we have to support these sponsors that are taking the chances on us. These sponsors, they're basically taking a big risk here because they're going away from sports, right? Sports is like what everybody does. Everybody wants to work with Mojo. Everybody wants to work with Sports Card Investor and, Card Collector too, and all those big names, Roth Cards, all these guys. But nobody's ever worked with the pop culture nerds before. Nobody's ever worked with the guys that talk about toys, comics, wrestling cards, Star Wars, Marvels, none of that stuff. So they're taking a chance to go into a different niche market, and we want to make sure that their faith in us is rewarded by us showing support for their brands and their company. So remember, guys, Standup Displays, Golden Auctions, and then the next one that we have coming out maybe in a week or so. We'll tell you guys all about that. And then also remember, take advantage of the discount codes and the giveaways, guys. The discount code for Stand-Up Displays is Curator, and Golden Auctions, we have the $100 giveaway that ends this Thursday. So check it out. So please check out that video that we did on Golden Auction that is up right now. And then please click the link as many times as you can. Okay.
Yeah, because we need the rest of our nerd fans, because we're all nerds here. Well, I'm a nerd, you're a nerd, we're all nerds, and there's nothing wrong with it. But we need your cheerleading and support. So tell everybody to watch the video, to click. Do whatever we can to help. We need your help, to be honest with you, because we don't want to go traveling to shows every single weekend and have to hustle and try to sell a card and stand 20 hours a day. You don't understand
Merlin's
the labor.
Can't handle this, guys. Right?
And the great curator whipping me, like telling me to get to work. He's like, "Well, why are you still asleep, dude? Get up! I'm over here. It's 7 in the morning."
Last year, Merlin nearly died. There were times when I thought Merlin was dead in the hotel room, and I was going to have to carry his body back to California from wherever we were. He cannot. He's like almost senior citizen status now.
I'm telling you, elder abuse, man.
He cannot be on the road anymore. So the only way that we can get Merlin off the road is through these sponsorships, so that he could sit comfortably in his man cave chair and in his Tempur-Pedic chair with his massage neck pillow and all that.
I know you haven't seen that in a while though.
Okay, goodness. That's the only thing. So if you don't do it for anything else, do it to save Merlin. Okay, hashtag save Merlin. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're gonna do. I mean, we've got a big window now until our next show. I mean, what we have in store next? I think it's Dallas. That's about it. We're gonna
be making content. That's all it is. We're not doing a show until May. Which is
end of May almost, And
we're just going to be focusing on making content for you guys making sure that we're giving the sponsors the best promotion that we can possibly give. So that's going to be our focus. Last year, we would have been going to a show every weekend last year. We would have been traveling 2 times.
We were, yes.
You know, but now hopefully we don't have to do that anymore. And we can just focus on nerding out and talking about cool stuff that we love. And another thing that I want to bring up here is, like, as far as being the pop culture guys, this is where we can really bring some shine and some respect to the cool stuff, guys.
Exactly.
I'm talking about comic books. I'm talking about figures, action figures. Okay. I'm talking about, like, look at this transformer I got here. I'm talking about Star Wars cards, you know. I'm talking about comic books, Marvel, wrestling, okay, wrestling, everything, all the cool stuff that we love that nobody talks about. This is our chance, guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have to say, like, the best sales you had this weekend at WrestleCon were your Funko toys and your magazines.
Yes. So this is our chance to really give a platform for all these cool collectibles that people basically ignore. This is our chance to get all the auction houses to start featuring them more, to get more content creators to talk about it. And I guarantee you this: if these sponsorships and these deals take off, I bet you other content creators are going to try to cross over into our realm. Okay, they're going to try to talk
about. They're already doing it, man. They're already doing it.
Everybody collects Funkos or toys or comics. We just don't talk about it because it's not as sexy or cool as sports cards. But we've worked so hard to bring attention to these niche areas over the last year that now people are starting to pay attention. Okay, and with our partnership with Golden, now we really get to highlight a lot of cool items in these auctions that people just overlook sometimes. And I think that that's going to be a game changer going forward. And it's, Indeed. You know, it's our dream that we build this community up to be so big that these auction houses recognize us, and and at the national convention, it becomes a big talking point for a lot of people and things like that.
Most definitely. And good Lord, yeah, we've got so much to do. We just need y'all's help, guys. Just need your tell people to go.
We're doing it. We did it with Marvel. We did it with Star Wars. We're doing it with Disney, and we're going to be doing it with wrestling next, guys. You're going to see a lot of interest go into these areas.
Most definitely, and we're having a good time doing it too.
Right?
Because we collect what we like.
Right. It's a passion project for us, and I know for a lot of guys that watch this channel, it's also a passion for you guys as collectors too. So this is a really exciting time for us.
Yes, and what's even much more fun is when you all guys come to shows and talk to us and share your experiences and your cards and whatever else you have, and just telling us you watched the show. So It's always great to meet you guys. Even we were surprised to meet so many people at WrestleCon.
Right.
So keep it up, guys. We need your help. Sounds like a telethon. Need your help.
So with that, let's go into mail days. But I'm also
going
to do some live bidding. Okay, I almost forgot.
Live bidding.
And I'm going to be doing probably 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 4 live biddings right now for you guys. Okay,
but so you can't tell us what it is till after, right?
Not yet, because I don't want anybody
to be able to snipe you.
Okay, but it's basically in line with everything we've been talking about. So I'm going to be doing this live bidding. We're going to do the mail days right now, and then we're going to go into comments, and hopefully I can win some auctions live for you guys. So we'll see.
Love it.
Okay, so you take the reins. I need complete concentration right now on this auction, and I'm just going to give the floor to you, Merlin.
Well, anyway, I want to start off one of the first coolest items I got this weekend at WrestleCon, because her line was miles long and people were in there for hours and hours. But then someone told me, All Japan booth is selling her autographs. So I just sent my friend up there to pick them up. Our neighbors over there, his name was RJ, and his booth was right next to us. I think it was Kokoro No. They had a video game they were creating that were next to it. So I want to shout out to RJ and Mario, who were beside us and were really nice, and did a lot of favors for me. And their company is called Digital Era Entertainment. So check them out on digitalerentertainment.com. And they were selling a wrestling game, which is pretty cool. But RJ went upstairs and got Mercedes Moné autographs. I got 2 of them at $30 a pop. And I didn't have to stay in line for hours. This is from All Japan Wrestling. You know, this is Sasha Banks. If anybody doesn't know, if you're listening to it on their podcast and can't see this photo, the autograph, this is Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. Got 2 autographs at $30 a pop. Then, like I said, the AEW, I also got one of the Acclaimed, but I picked up the wrong one. It's in my bag somewhere back here. But I got a dual autograph for them. They cost me $60 to get a dual autograph, another $60 for their photo. So check it out, or their video. So check it out on my Instagram account. And then also got Hook. This is Taz's son. He's in AEW, Hook. And I got an autograph. This is on the Silver Pyro Upper Deck card, his rookie card. This is the very first card with Upper Deck. And that was pretty cool. And then I didn't get them in time for Wrestlecon. They came on Monday, a little day late, $1 short. Oh, well. But I will have these ready for Dallas to sell. And Dallas loves wrestling there. I'm always selling wrestling cards like crazy. MJF Green Pyro, number out $3.99. CSG number 9. I also got, that's kind of like the pre-rookie card, not really his rookie, but you can say it's his rookie. It's 2014 Tops NXT of Sami Zayn. It was the CSG 85. Gosh, I don't know how to say this guy's name. Sorry, I might screw this up pronouncing it. Elja Dragunov. This is his AEW Bola or PWG Bola card from 2018. He's in NXT now. I think he did wrestle Saturday morning with the NXT. What's it called? Stand and Deliver, Dan?
Is it?
Yeah. And then I got the John Cena, because he was at WrestleMania on Saturday. And John Cena CSG autograph card, CSG 9. And then I got Gigi Dolan White Sparkle Prism card that just came in. And she's pretty popular. I love that, the way that looks. Her red hair really pops on that card. Then I got a select red prism autograph of Austin Theory, who is really blowing up right now. And again, the same of Gigi Dolan autograph, red select prism autograph. And then this was pretty cool, a red pink Gigi Dolan. I sold a lot of her cards this weekend, so it's good. I've got some more on yesterday and today's mail. Oh, and then I sold my Cody Rhodes first autograph card from 2008. It was a PSA 9. Sold it for some good money. But good news is I got another one, because I've been looking for 2 years for these, and only 2 have popped up since I put a safe search on eBay. So I made sure I bought this one.
Wow.
And it finally came back. Yeah. Seriously, that's how hard. No, they're not numbered. They're just super short prints. That's it. From Heritage 4. That's his very first auto. And I got another Austin Theory auto. This is fully loaded. This is his rookie year, 2020, that came out. And I've sold a lot of those, believe it or not. And then I got a gold out of 10 select auto of Liv Morgan. Very cool card. It's numbered out of 10. So that was my mail day.
He's going to want that. Mark the Collector.
Oh, yeah. He's in the house.
Super Collector.
Yeah, and I saw his photo with her. He has that one of one that he showed us. Really cool. And then he got to meet her at the WW Experience. Unfortunately, we were at WrestleCon and could not attend the Wrestle Experience because it was just down the street.
I wish we could have gone to that.
I know. We'll go to another event some other time. Hopefully they'll do that. We'll go to a SummerSlam or Royal Rumble or something when it's here. Dan, we'll have to go look for good tickets.
Yes. Okay, so I got about.
How you doing?
I won one auction. I won one auction, which I'll tell you about in a second, and then I got this other one that ends in about 45 seconds. So hopefully I can get this one. And
Is it still going? How much more time you said?
About 35 seconds right now.
Okay. Let's not disturb me. I'll show some more cards. Then I got this Gigi Dolan. I know this is like a Panini first card of hers, numbered out of 49, autographed, like some Gigi Dolans. And then I got the some more, because I was selling these like hotcakes this weekend. They're cheap, affordable, but this is actually Danhausen's very first licensed Upper Deck card. And it looks like he's actually a good wrestler in this photo, but he sells like hotcakes, man. Now, $10 to $20 cards. They're very popular. How you doing, Dan?
I just made my bid. Okay, yes. Okay, so I got 2.
Okay, yes. Woo!
I got 1 more.
Okay, he's got 1 more, guys.
All right, I'll talk about it. I don't think anybody's gonna snipe me for this, but I'll talk about it. So I won. I've been bidding on. I won 2 auctions for GI Joes, graded GI Joe figures. Okay.
Golly.
So I got this one. Does that show up?
Yeah, a little.
It is a Lifeline 1986 Lifeline figure, graded CAS 85 on this. Okay. And then the other one I got was, or is, let me show you a picture, General Hawk. Also 1986 General Hawk CAS.
You'd probably have to dim the phone to get
85 plus. You can see it right there.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it just needs to adjust.
Yes.
Okay. So these are graded GI Joe figures. I've been telling you guys about graded toys. I believe it's going to be a thing.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm trying to pick up as many cool action figures, graded action figures as I can. And I just picked up 2 more right there. So super excited. Hopefully I don't get screwed over. I've been getting kind of screwed over on eBay lately. Like people just not sending me auctions that I've been buying or whatever, or they're coming damaged and I have to return them.
No.
But hopefully I won't have any.
That's so funny you've been buying GI Joes, because we were at WrestleMania. The funniest thing was that we went to merch, and John Cena's shirts for WrestleMania were GI Joe themed shirts, and Dan bought 2 of them, didn't you?
Yes. No, I just bought 1.
Oh, you bought 1? I thought you bought both of them. Okay.
Yeah, no, just 1, but
okay.
I love it. I don't know. I'm a GI Joe nerd.
Instead of GI Joe, it says "You See Me," right?
Yeah, but it's like in the GI Joe type theme. But
just like you showed us.
Yeah, I'll wear it next time. But I love GI Joe. I mean, I know like GI Joe is not as relevant for some people, but for me, I mean, they're still making the toys, and for a lot of people, they're really hardcore collectors like me. So, I'm just super excited to get into that kind of stuff. Okay, let me show you my mail day. There's only one thing I want to show you.
Okay.
Which I just got today. Okay,
all
so
right.
I'm going to be doing an unboxing right here. I actually got this from Golden Auctions, guys. Okay, I won this a couple weeks ago, and they sent it to me. By the way, one thing I noticed about Golden Auctions, I don't know if this is like an actual thing or if it was a glitch, but apparently you can use a credit card to pay on Golden Auction, and they don't charge you a 3% credit card fee like they do with the other auction houses.
Oh, really?
If it's under $10,000, okay, which most people are not going to be spending more than that on Golden Auctions for our stuff, right? So that's a nice little hack. And we heard somebody told us that if you ship it to the Golden Auction vault, so you save on the shipping cost, and you wait a couple weeks, then you can have it shipped to you for like $1 or something like that.
What? $1?
Yeah, I need to try that because that could be another great little hack.
Oh, crazy.
Okay, here it is. Okay, we actually highlighted one of these items in our weekly video, so make sure you check out the weekly video, guys. But
okay,
let me just make sure it's not destroyed or anything. Let me make sure. Is it clean? Is it clean? Yes. Check this out, guys.
What is it? Let's see. What?
Okay, let me get a good view there. This is a signed Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 50. CGC graded 9.8, signed by the late great Jason David Frank in
you love him.
Beautiful Power Rangers green pen right there. This is the Virgin cover. This is the Virgin cover, no writing or anything on it at all, no print. It's just the picture of the Green Ranger versus Dracon. I think that's his name, Dracon, which is a really cool piece of art.
Oh, wow.
Here's the back of it. I've told you guys how much Power Rangers was a big part of my childhood. How I really regret not meeting Jason David Frank when I could have last year. He's no longer with us. To me, Jason David Frank, the original Green Ranger, is the greatest Ranger of all time. So I am starting a signed Jason David Frank collection, and this is my first piece that I was able to add to the collection. I love it. Okay. Anything else you want to show off before we get to the comments?
No, man. I've shown off enough. We got our shirts too, so we had a good time. So we were there. Yes. You're saying I was there, right? I was there.
Does it say that? Yeah.
Yeah, on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
And mine just has the lineup on the back.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. I've got one more auction that I'm watching in the next like 6 minutes, but we can get the comments here. So I will let you take most of these comments until
I'm gonna stand. If they were all the golden auctions we talked about this week, I'll kill you. Andrew, hello guys. What's up, Andrew? Good to see you, bud. Papa Jim, hi there, guys. What's up, Papa? We'll see you next month. Jesus, Culture Shock Collectibles. Yeah, what's up, buddy? Can't wait to see you again. Adrian, CV Sports Cards. What's up, celebs? I know, right? Dan's going to start charging probably $50 for his autograph next year at WrestleCon.
That's right. I'm going to sign it. The MJF guy. I'm the MJF guy.
I'm going to be his manager though. I want 10%. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
James Esslinger. Hey guys, a nice belt, Merlin. Thanks, buddy. Andrew, you think Cody wins the Universal Championship WrestleMania 40, a year of going through adversity and uphill battles and finally winning the big one? He could. He even may happen before then. I think they want to get Roman over 1,000 because I heard someone that today, because people were mad that Cody lost, but I think it was kind of in Roman's agreement that he was going to pretty much win at WrestleMania this year because the whole the first choice was supposed to be Roman versus The Rock, and Rock wasn't going to win WrestleMania this year either. So they already had, I think, in their intention for Roman to win. But yeah, I'd rather see that Cody really earns it instead of just him get here and just have that win, make it so easy. Yeah. But who Roman's opponents are going to be, I have no clue because I feel like he's gone through almost everybody. And I don't know who's going to be his next opponent. So that's going to really baffle me. Who's going to be at his level? Papa Jim, what a weekend. It will be days before you come back down to earth. Yes, I'm Papa Jim. I went straight from WrestleCon WrestleMania, and I was up till 5 a.m. the other night trying to edit golden auctions because we had to get it done by Monday. I'm beat, man. we've got so much in store for you all, but I'm gonna persevere. It's worth it, man. Worth it. Andrew, somewhat similar to Cena losing to Rock in 2012, exactly, and then winning the rematch the next year in 2013. Exactly, Andrew. Damien, I'm number 13 on this chat. All right. I don't think so. Did y'all go to WWE Hall of Fame ceremony inductions? No, because we were WrestleCon, and then I went to Super Card of Honor, which was a great show if you didn't watch it. Chris Sumter, can you smell what the curator is cooking? Unfortunately, I did. Willie T, congrats, guys. Seeing WrestleMania is a memory of a lifetime. It was seeing it live. And luckily, we were in a section that had lots of energy. It was just as fun seeing it there as it was on TV. Carlos, Mick Foley is a legend. Yes, he was. And it's just fun watching him. I was just in awe. Andrew, I'm sad for Shane McMahon. He spent years jumping off of cages and other crazy stunts, only to tear his quad doing a leapfrog in a meaningless match that didn't really need to happen. No, I know you, Andrew. Shane and I are the same age. We're both 53, and I've done a lot of crazy stunts myself and wrestled too, and hurt my neck just doing something simple, man. Sucks getting older. Joe Champagne, rest in peace, Bushwhacker Luke. Exactly, man. It sucks. And poor guy was here in town in Los Angeles, and it has to happen on day one of WrestleCon. And my thoughts and prayers to his family and also to Butch's family too, and Butch himself. Andrew, also Bobby Lashley coming out with Andre the Giant trophy, but no match. Even Pat McAfee was booked. Yeah, it was kind of odd. And rumor was, Dan, I don't know if you know, that it was intentionally intended for. It wasn't supposed to be Shane coming out. It was supposed to be LA Knight, I heard.
What happened to him?
Vince overruled it at the last minute.
Oh, that sucks.
And then poor Shane comes out and tears his leg out.
Yikes.
So that tells you something. It wasn't supposed to be happening.
Oh, can we talk? We totally went over this. We forgot to talk about WWE's merger with UFC's parent company.
Endeavor bought WWE out. Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's good and bad. That I know a lot of people have been leaving UFC for other competition, but it could be good. I'm hoping good, but I wish they won't let Vince take 100% creative control over this. I hope they see the ratings plummet or the creative choices are ill, and they ask that Vince lets Triple H take over again.
I mean, I think they're just going to do whatever they do. They don't really care.
Well, that too.
I think people are going to watch it no matter what. But from a business perspective, I think it's a smart move for WWE. It's a great move for UFC because it raises their value, right? But with WWE, I think the biggest thing with that is a lot of people still have the stereotype that wrestling's fake and that people think that it's real or whatever, and they don't recognize it as sports entertainment. They don't recognize these people as legitimate athletes. But my God, if you go to WrestleMania and you see the type of spectacle and production value that they put on, it is the greatest show on earth. And to align themselves with UFC, I think helps legitimize that in a lot of people's eyes, and will just bring a continued exposure to the brand and the company, and it'll make it a lot bigger, I think. So I think it's a great move for both sides.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, when I went to Ring of Honor, I don't know if I told you or not, or you heard in the news, like one of the big matches that during that event was a ladders match, tag team ladders match, and the guy who lost was one of the Martin brothers from AEW, and Dante Martin went through 3 tables at the end of that match and shattered his ankle. So I hope that guy gets well, because that's probably going to take over a year to recover from it, at least surgery. Yeah. So it's more than just entertainment. You have to be athletic and in shape, in really good shape. And these guys women take a lot of daring moves so they can be on TV. Yeah,
for sure. Okay. LA Hobbyist. Did we get
what's up, buddy? Well, how's everyone doing? We're doing great. We're covering, from WrestleMania as we're talking. Carlos, Mick Foley was working. Yes, he was, dude. Whew. And you can tell that guy loves doing it. He loves being around people, for sure. Carlos, Hacksaw and Jake the Snake, awesome. Yeah, check out their Instagrams, because they're all taking group photos and Ted DiBiase was there. Lots of great stars. People from my, childhood era. Andrew, I've met 3 WWE superstars so far in real life: The Miz, Sheamus, and Randy Orton. All 3 were kind to me. Seems like some of the best heels are kind and awesome off camera. Yes, that's so true. So true, Andrew. They are. Really cool. The heels are probably the nicest people of them all.
What's so great about wrestling, it blurs the lines of reality and TV or fantasy, right? Like if you meet an actor from like Game of Thrones, for example, you don't expect them to be in character the way they are on TV. But when you meet a wrestler in real life, they're usually in character to some extent. Right?
Well, the Boogeyman sure was.
The Boogeyman. I mean, MJF, that bastard, he roasted me. Just things like that. Like we kept seeing all these wrestlers yell out their catchphrases all weekend, like the Acclaim, they scissored you, and it was great.
I know. I had the best time doing that with them. They were so nice. I mean, you could tell they love doing this. They really do. I mean,
they're in character, but then they also you get to see them do normal stuff too. So it was just really cool. But okay, we have an update on my live auction bidding. Yes, I won my third graded G.I. Joe figure. This is
my gosh,
1989 Snake Eyes CAS 80 on this. So I just won that. Add that to my figure collection, and I'm a happy camper tonight.
Curator Army, when's this guy ever going to grow up?
You guys laugh at me. Just wait until the boom for figures for Graded Toys comes in a
I
year.
hope you're right, because you're going to have a lot of G.I. Joe figures you're not going to do with.
Believe me, the trolls are going to be making tons and tons of videos about this in the year.
Oh my gosh, I know, right?
They're going to be saying, "Oh, the curator, he was so far ahead of the curve. He's pumping this and this, and why are people buying toys and things like that?" I'm telling you, it's going to be a thing. Okay, it's going to be a thing. Okay, it's just going to take a couple years, but I'm snatching them up now while I can. All right, Damien.
Oh my God, Damien, I met Sergeant Slaughter. He is a nice sergeant. Is that true, Dan? Because you met him.
He is a delight. He's joyful. He's like a gentle giant, but so cool. I love Sergeant Slaughter, and I like I was saying, like I just want to support all these guys. I see them. And here's another thing. Like, let me take Mark's comment off real quick. Here's another thing that I kind of observed. I don't know if you would agree with this or if you saw it. A lot of these dudes, they're like, they can't walk. They're in bad health.
No. Oh, it's funny. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I noticed that as well.
It's really sad. Like Mick Foley was having a hard time. Kevin Nash. I don't know. When we were unloading our car, I don't know if you noticed, Dean Malenko walked by us.
No, I did not see him.
He looked like he was really handicapped, like Dean, when he walked by. And I just feel bad for these guys. You know, they gave their bodies to give us so much entertainment for so many years that I feel like we, as fans, we need to support these guys as much as possible. So I want to go to more of these shows and just pay for autographs, pay for pictures, buy their T-shirts, buy their merch. If I can't go to these shows, I'm going to pay for cameos or whatever I can to try to support these guys, because they need it. They need support for sure, and we definitely owe them as fans.
Mm-hmm. No, most definitely. I mean, yeah, poor even a bushwhacker, Butch, was limping all the time and had trouble. I mean, a lot of those older people, Jake the Snake, DiBiase, they all have a limp, all of them.
They can barely walk, but I'll tell you, when they interact with fans, they dial up the energy.
That's so true.
You couldn't tell that these guys are in poor health or whatever it is, because they dial up the energy and they give you the character that you expect out of them. But if you actually watch them the way that we did when they were setting up their tables or leaving for the end of the day, it's a struggle for a lot of these guys, unfortunately.
But they were having the best time in the world. I mean, this is what they look forward to. Definitely, they love being there. They love interacting with the fans. They love meeting each other again. It's like a high school reunion. They all catch up. I mean, I watched them all interact, and it was a delight just to watch them interact. Yeah. Definitely. Mark the Collector, you want to stop by and say it was great meeting you guys at WrestleCon. Dude, it was such a pleasure to talk to you and see your cards. I'm glad you got to go over also to the WWE experience and meet Liv Morgan. Great photo. I love seeing it on your Instagram. Carlos, I met Sergeant Slaughter in a big show at the airport. Nice guy. Everybody's been meeting Sergeant Slaughter. I feel like he's everywhere. Is that true?
He works a lot of shows. He must. I guess this is the way they make their money now, but he works a lot of shows for sure.
James, Nika is so hot. Oh, yeah. You should have seen the other ladies, man. Oh, yeah. I got tongue-tied, and I live in LA where I see beautiful women all the time.
We bought it big time.
Okay, let me see it. This was also something you don't see at regular sports card shows. I didn't realize there were so many beautiful women that were wrestlers and just there. It was ridiculous. It was like 50% of the crowd was beautiful ladies, guys. It's not a bunch of freaking nerds there. There is so many hot women were nerds there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You guys got to go to a wrestling convention at some point in your life. It is an experience.
It was definitely sitting there. I was not bored ever of watching the crowd, to say the least. It was beautiful, and they were dressed to the nines. That's all, or very little to the nines. But it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
What we got next?
Let's see here.
And they were so nice too, polite. Just hate when they call me sir. Or maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Stuart, how much you guys pay for tickets? Oh, the WrestleMania? A little over $3 plus service charge and taxes, which they kill you on that one.
$3, you said?
$300. Mm-hmm. But the problem is tax and service charge kills you. That's another amount. But it was definitely worth it, man. Definitely. I got the best bang for your buck because one of our buddies, who was probably 2 sections behind us, paid over $1,000. So we definitely got a steal. Carlos, I agree with Dan's point of view with Beckett. Beckett execution was no bueno, no good. Willie T, Merle, did you sell your bed or buy WrestleMania tickets? No, this is CG, folks.
Oh, it is? Why?
No, I'm kidding. Because I don't want to see. Everybody's giving me hell last week for my freaking bed, man, and I haven't had time to redesign my room yet. It's a work in progress. I just moved here a year and a half ago, so I'm trying to work, and I'm tired of people giving me hell for my bed.
Of all the things you can see CGI in there, you put shoe boxes.
It's cards. It represents cards. You know, I deal with cards. Okay,
you can put like actual cards.
It's real, guys. So I can pull my stuff out.
Oh wait, so he actually moved. He moved his bookshelf behind to cover the bed, like guys.
Yes.
Whoa, crazy. Okay.
I'll have a theme room one day. I promise, guys. I promise. I'm working on it. If you subscribe to Mural Cards now, one day I will have a real set behind here.
Guys, you gotta
and if you click on the golden auctions link, that will help me raise money to design this room, guys. I need your help. Poor little Merlin, poor little me. So help a brother out. Go to Curator's channel and click on in the description below to golden, and also have it in the body of this video too on our thing. It's on our live streams. So just click.
Just sign up. To support the wrestlers. We have to support Merlin also, guys. We don't want him on the street dancing. We don't want him to go back on the streets, guys. Okay.
No, dancing.
I took him away from that life. I gave him this nice job to make content, but we got to keep him there. Okay. So
I know. So guys, help our brother out, man. I'm poor. Please, help me out.
Please support us by clicking on that golden auctions link, guys.
And the curator beats me, so help me. Get me out of here.
Did
I say that?
Hey.
Carlos, what is Dan slipping on? He's not Shane McMahon. Sipping on.
Just a little soda. Just a little soda.
Soda. That's Jesus juice.
Blackberry limeade soda.
Jesus juice, guys. Carlos, definitely a passion project. Yes. Joe, question. What is the price difference between a Beckett Pristine versus PSA 10 in the hobby? 20%? It probably is, but Dan, what's it like lately? Do you even know?
So I've been wondering about that. This goes like to my video that I posted last week on how to determine comps.
I'm glad I asked you.
There is no answer to this. Okay, you say Joe says 20%. I could say 10%. I could say 30%. I could say 40%. There is no standard answer to this. It's all up to negotiations.
It is.
And it just comes down to two people, a buyer and seller, trying to make a deal, and they're making points for their arguments in favor of their arguments. That's what it comes down to. Use whatever you think is reasonable. If 20% is reasonable to you, go with that. If you want to do 5%, 10%, 15%, 50%, whatever, you can do whatever you want. Everything comes down to the negotiations. Okay. That's the biggest takeaway from my video, but also go watch my video because it will help you understand what I'm talking about.
Then how about a Beckett Black Label?
Put whatever multiple you want on it.
It's just how much the person's willing to spend for it, right?
Like it depends on the card, it depends on the rarity, and it just depends on the seller and the cost basis. You know what I mean? You could put. There is no right answer. I have these idiots that always like try to argue with me. Oh well, your card's not worth that much, or this card only gets a 1.5x multiple on this other comparable card. And it's like, dude, what are you're just making those numbers up? You know what I mean? Show me where it says in the Beckett guide that this is how you price cards. You know, show me where the industry standard is that they price these this ways. Otherwise, you're making that up. Okay, you make your argument, I make my argument. We try to convince each other, and we come to an understanding on the price, and that's how you do deals. Okay, but you shouldn't expect any standard. You shouldn't take anything for granted or make any assumptions or anything like that. Everything is up to negotiations depending on many different factors.
So true.
Let's see here.
And there's even SGC 10 gold labels. Same thing. Carlos, G.I. Joe 86, nice.
Yes. One of the best years for G.I. Joe.
Is that the year you were born in?
82.
Oh, you're 82. Okay.
Yeah. 82 the first year of really the G.I. Joe.
It was, yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
So it's my birth year.
Carlos, Storm Shadow I would bid for. Do you have a Storm Shadow, Dan?
No, it was very rare figure, very hard. I have the very rare red satin figure, but I don't have the Storm Shadow figure, which is super hard to find because it's a white figure, and over the years, the white turns to yellow, and I don't want a yellow figure.
Ooh,
almost. So I'm looking for a clean, pristine white graded figure, but very rare.
Almost like those Topps Chrome from the 90s that turned green. Yes. Leo, collect what you love. That's so true, Leo. Good to hear from you, brother. Leo, what are y'all thoughts about WWE being sold to Endeavor? And the word is Vince is back.
Yeah, well, we answered this a little.
There's good and bad, pros and cons for Endeavor. Vince, I'm not, and everybody on YouTube, all the YouTube influencers on YouTube that are for wrestling are very angry about Vince. And I've heard that the employees and the wrestlers are there's low morale right now, but we'll definitely know if it has an influence when SmackDown comes on this Friday, and we'll have more to say next Tuesday.
Can we talk about like how Vince looks right now? Because when I saw him on TV, he looks like a dyed his hair.
He has a mustache.
He has very brown, like vivid brown hair now, and he's got this crooked mustache.
Yeah, it looks really weird.
He looks like the supervillain. Is he like trolling everybody in the world right now? Like, I don't know.
He looks like the director John Waters.
Yeah, he's never had a mustache that I can ever remember. And now he's
creepy.
And he's got this weird mustache that's like crooked. It's very thin and it's crooked.
I think he's lost it. He's having like his third midlife crisis. Obviously,
and he dyed his hair. Hair.
He's having midlife crisis. He's probably trying to chase young women again.
I don't know what's going on, but
it's creepy.
But I'm still gonna watch it. I can't.
Don't ever grow a mustache like that, Dan. Please don't. And if mine ever looks like that, please tell me. Okay. Leo, Gunther Walter will be a future WWE champion. I agree, Leo. I've been buying his stuff up right now. It's so dirt cheap.
He lost a lot of weight from his time.
He does. He looks great. Yeah.
But I feel like his old cards. He needs to put on more muscle mass.
I feel like his muscle looks good, man.
He just looks like a tall, skinny guy to me, to be honest.
He looks very athletic, I think.
But I love his gimmick as the ring general. I love Imperium, how they have this very like militaristic, like European attitude, like snooty, like the snobby attitude to them. I love his ring gear, how it's very old school, traditional. It
is right. It's very 70s.
For him to be as portrayed as like a big powerhouse, he needs to get bigger to be in WWE. I think,
dude, he's pretty big. I don't know what you're complaining about.
He's small, but he's very lean. He just looks like
but so is like Claudio.
Yeah, and he needs. I just want to see him be like, if he's going to compete with guys like Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar. If he's going to be in the heavyweight division, he needs to be bigger. I think that's just.
Man, he looked pretty big against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Carlos, you guys should have been included in the Topps Big League 23 cards as influencers. Jeff Wilson and Mama Breaks got their cards, to name a few.
I know, right?
One day.
I feel like I was robbed. They should have had me in there, but I would have been like total oddball, to be honest.
I think Brian Gray called us.
Yes. Beef. Yeah, they wouldn't agree to my appearance fee. That's what it was. It's like I'm too expensive to be in that set, but maybe the next one. Maybe they'll put us in the Allen and Ginter set. We'll be in there. We'll have cards like with Kelly.
I know. My buddy Danny, he's in there too.
Who knows? I don't know how any of that stuff works. I think that's those. Congratulations to all those people. We know all those guys, most of them.
Yes,
we know. So, congratulations. If you're a card nerd like us, it is everybody's dream to have their own card. So that's a really great honor. So I don't want to take anything away from any of the people that got their own cards. And maybe one day, if we grow our channel big enough that they will recognize us, and maybe they'll give us a card too. Who knows?
Yeah, if someone knows, we've had Mama Breaks on here, and I've been on her show. She's been on my show. She's been on Between Two Slabs. So I'm very proud of her.
Yes.
Very supportive.
Mama Breaks. We're friends with her. We're friends with Jeff Wilson
and all the crew from Sports Card Investor.
We know who else is in that set. We know Tim from Slab Strong. I don't know the other guy.
I didn't know Tim was on there from Slab Strong. He's a really nice guy too. I enjoy talking him up in Dallas with him.
I think there's like two other people that I don't know who got their cards. The Card Collector 2 get a card? I think Card Collector 2 got
Brian, I think so too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know him, but you know, we support all those guys, and we want to see more of our people card collectors onto the product. So that's really cool. But
Brian said he'll investor. Maybe he should get one day.
No, not until I get one. Okay.
Brian, Brian, hopefully he doesn't hear this.
I'll be very upset if Brian, Sunday League Investor, gets a card before I do. Okay. But until that day comes, guys, at least I got my PMG right here. Okay. My 1-of-1 PMG. So maybe if Upper Deck ever sees this video, they'll make this official.
But Top should definitely give us an honorary one for what we did with Star Wars.
Oh my God!
The way we changed it.
Oh, can we? We
were little people, we're little influencers. We had a huge impact on making Star Wars part of pop culture cards in the market, and one of the biggest sales of 2022.
That's right. We had a direct impact on the Star Wars market, which influenced Topps to really put a push behind Star Wars products. So if you guys see, they're releasing a lot of Star Wars products. I just opened some of the new Star Wars Signature Series boxes, and I pulled a bunch of junk, but I did get these. Open that, but it'd be nice.
Believe me, Jeff Wilson and Mama Breaks have acknowledged us for that too. They both have.
Yeah. It'd be nice. It'd be nice, but
making an influence on
one day, guys.
Star Wars market.
Maybe one day. Please, one day. All right.
So I thank them for doing that for us at least. Run It Up Silver. Do you think BGS or PSA for NFL cards is better?
PSA is
it's always going to be PSA unless you want like a patch or something.
Yeah, if you're talking about premium on a price, PSA. Yes. If you're talking about easier to move, PSA for sure.
Yes. Doesn't matter what sport or non-sport it is. Andrew, what advice would you guys give Tony Khan to attract new fans to the AEW product? Seems like the product has kind of felt stagnant lately outside of a few wrestlers segments. I agree with the thing which they kind of started doing that in the last few weeks now is the storyline with the the Blackpool Combat Club and the other wrestlers and like Kenny Omega and Adam Page and all that. And that also that storyline with Adam Page and Kenny Omega, that's kind of a complex storyline going through all those factions. I think they're finally committing to that, a storyline, because the weakness is creating a storyline and then a week or two later dissolving it like it never even existed. And Vince would do that. That's one thing I didn't like about Vince coming back, because he would do that too often as well, which was like stick to a storyline and create a long-term storyline for like the rest of the year that has a good resolution towards one of the big pay-per-views. You got to just and then get the wrestlers to stay there. That's the problem. Like you've got all these wrestlers, create storylines, and you got great wrestling, but create storylines behind the wrestlers. Dan, do you know? You don't watch it that much.
Here's my theory on AEW and Ring of Honor and Impact and New Japan and all these other promotions, and why they'll never be as big as WWE. As far as talent goes, I think the talent is top notch everywhere it is. Everybody can do all sorts of different things. Everybody has big characters. Everybody can get over big personalities. So the work rate, the character development, all that stuff can be equal across the board. Mm-hmm. But it's really, for me, it comes down to the production value of the show. And being at WrestleMania and seeing how they have those big, huge rigs of lights and cameras and their stage and their pyro and the music and the big screen TV, you just don't get that same production value with these other companies for some reason. Like even with AEW, where they supposedly have as much money as WWE, right? Their production value is not as good. It looks different. I think it's the lighting or something. The lighting makes it look different. It makes it look like
it's a darker set than usual. It's like what WCW used to have in the 90s.
But it makes it look kind of amateur to me compared to WWE in terms of like, I don't know. It's just like
you haven't watched it in a while because you don't know. They just built a whole new set now for Dynamite and Rampage, and now they don't have those stupid tunnels that I didn't like at all. Remember those tunnels?
It just looks. It looks.
But like now they've got a video. They have a video background like WWE have now.
It looks washed out to me. Like WWE looks like very, very like the lighting is really sets a tone and mood for the show.
Sure.
Whereas with AEW and every other promotion, it looks like it's like fluorescent lighting and just washes everything out.
It's not fluorescent. It's just a darker lighting or darker set. That is.
Yeah. So
but they do have the potential to get there. AEW. They could be as big as WWE, but it's going to take a while to get there.
That's what I think. Like it just
makes it looks
different.
My feeling is it's the storylines that need to improve, and stick to it. Stick to the guns.
You could do storylines. You could do. I mean, but I feel like that's across the board. Like you could have great storylines. You have great wrestlers. All that stuff. Everybody wrestles the same now. It seems like everybody's doing high spots. That's another thing. I don't like all these wrestlers that do the same high spots every single match.
Okay.
Who's that one guy that had the match with Kenny Omega? He's like a Viking or something. You know?
Oh yeah, well he's from. Oh my God, he was my favorite match at Ring of Honor.
He did the same move that he did on Kenny Omega at the Ring of Honor, where he did that like that. What is it like 640, 760 over?
Yeah. Oh my God, it was crazy. Yes.
It's like you can't use the same special moves every single match. It looks too generic. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't like these high spots guys that like Ricochet's like that. You know. Guys that just do the same moves over and over again. But I guess that's just the wrestling style now. But that's why I say everybody's the same across the board in terms of talent, and everybody can make a good storyline. Everybody can do a good promo. But really, it's the production value that will change it. And I'll say this. I'll go as far as to say this. When MJF eventually gets to WWE, and he's coming, guys. He's not going to stay in AEW for the rest.
Do you think Omega will as well?
Yes. Because it is the biggest stage, and they just proved it. They proved it at WrestleMania. They proved it with this big sale and merger with Endeavor and UFC. This is the spot that people want to go to, right? When MJF gets to WWE, his stuff will be significally better than it is currently in AEW right now. Okay,
we'll see. We'll see.
The way they present him, okay, the way that they push him, it's going to be way better, and you're gonna be able to really compare the two products, and you're going to see why WWE is miles ahead of the competition.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, because I think Tony Khan's going to do for MJF what WWE has done for Roman Reigns, and he's going to have a long reign for a while to keep him in the company.
What else could he do in AEW?
Beat them all, man. Be the big fish in a little pond, man.
He is the big fish. He is the champion.
Yeah, but I'm scared, and that's another thing, because I'm worried about with Vince McMahon back, he would just put MJF in the mid cards.
MJF, a guy like MJF is like Cody.
I know that, but Vince doesn't register like that, man.
When they negotiate their contract, they're going to have stipulations in that contract that they need to get whatever push they're going to get, whatever championship they're going to get, right? You know, it's not like he's going into NXT and he's coming up and then they can bury him. They're going to give him the keys to the kingdom, just like they have with Cody Rhodes.
I hope you're right, but I'm worried.
Yeah, but we'll see.
He needs to wait till Vince leaves again.
What is it, like January 2024 is when his contract runs up? MJF.
I'm not sure. Anybody know? I don't know.
I think it is January 2024, and we're almost halfway there right now. So it will be interesting to see for sure. All right.
They're going to give him any money he wants at this point. Andrew, a dual auto of Merle and Dan in the future. It could happen. Another great show. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Dual auto booklet. I'm telling you, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
A booklet.
You can use this shirt right here. Okay. Dude, we should make this shirt, and then this could be me, this could be you.
I can't believe we both wore. I mean, I can, but I can't believe we wore like both the variations of these shirts tonight. We didn't even tell each other.
This is free promotion for WWE merchandise.
I know. Okay? Yes, they should be our sponsor.
Oh, but let me show you this real quick here.
WWE.
I got this. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got to end this pretty soon. We're going.
Oh God, yeah, we're going over.
Okay, sorry guys. We're trying to keep these shows to an hour and a half so people don't fall asleep. But anyways, I got this beautiful program from WrestleMania. I'm gonna do some posts about it to kind of show it off.
Oh man, see, I want an Andy Kaufman card.
Look at this. It's beautiful, beautiful program in here. I can't wait to show it off for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Okay, let me put that down. Sorry guys, we got we went a little bit over this time because we got talking about wrestling and we've
had a lot to cover though. We've had a lot to cover.
Let's see. One last comment from Andrew, and then
Dan did say before his favorite part of wrestling is the entrances, and I do agree. WWE has a great presentation from an aesthetic point of view. Yeah, that's what even my neighbors said. They don't even watch wrestling, and they watched Royal Rumble with me, and they were like, you know what it is? It's all about the pageantry, which is the entrance.
It's a spectacle, guys, and it is the best part. I don't even care about the matches, to be honest. I don't care about the matches. I care about the entrances. It's like watching the Super Bowl and you just watch the commercials. I just love to watch the entrances. That's what's amazing about it.
Yeah, I mean, if your entrance is flat, so the reception is going to be flat.
Yeah. My favorite part about wrestling is the entrances and the finishers. You know,
yeah, that's pretty much what it is, yes.
And then when you get the 1, 2, 3 count and then they play the music, it's just so exciting. I love it.
And then you've got to have good promos.
Yes. And the promos are what I love too. So those are my 3 favorite things. But anyways, let's wrap it up, guys. We talked too much. We could go on for like 3 hours, to be honest. But we got to, you know, the network is telling us we have to like speed it up so that you guys don't fall asleep. Okay. But anyways, let's wrap this up by saying, please also remember our sponsors. We want to thank our sponsors, Standup Displays in the little corner there. We want, you know, go get your Curator Veristand so you can be eligible for all my personal giveaways coming up. Okay, use code Curator. Most importantly, our biggest sponsor, Golden Auctions, guys. Go click on the link in the video. We posted the video yesterday.
Down below.
Click on the link, enter for the giveaway so that you can win $100 credit for the next Golden Auction. If you don't care, if you don't bid on Golden Auctions, then just click on the link anyways, okay? Because that's how they
click it 1,000 times over and over and over again.
We're not going to hate on you. We're not going to hate on you. They can't track it, okay? You can click it 1,000 times. They don't know it's you. Just do it. Help us out, please, because that helps us grow our channel. Thank you guys.
We want to give you more content for sure.
And thank you guys so much for this. The more support that we get, the more it encourages us to spend our time and our effort to do this, to make this content for you guys, to bring you guys any type of value that you get from this, to entertain you, to make you laugh, to give you a space where you can talk about nerd stuff and just to see cool things on a daily and weekly basis, guys. So thank you so much for all your support, and we will see you next week.
See y'all next Tuesday.